into the hive today, or at least at some point during this weekend, to see what these ladies are doing to make sure that they are not running out of room in there. I did put the honey super in there. If you watch my last video, I did do that. I probably or may have put it on too soon. I don't know. But I'm learning. They are busy right now. We haven't had any rain so far today, but I keep hearing thunder, so I haven't really been out to do anything. So what I want to do is show you guys while I get things ready how I get my smoker ready. So let's do that right now. I never do. So far, I have never had to use my smoker on these ladies because they're Italian bees and they're supposed to be uh, one of the most gentle bees that you could get. And so that's what I chose to go with when I bought this package of bees. And so far, I have not had to smoke them at all. I usually do light my smoker and just set it off to the side in case I do need to smoke them down so I can get the box back on, or if they do get a little bit edgy with me, because I know even these ladies can change their temperament, especially with the new brood that's been emerging. It could change. I don't know. But what I like to do is what I've learned from watching other people's videos and how they fuel their smoker. I just like to use pine straw because we have lots of pine trees in the yard and around. So I just like to take it. Now this is some pine straw that's dried out. I'm probably going to have to find some more that's wet. So if I do get into these ladies, it'll probably be enough because I'm not going to be in there long. But I just like to kind of break them, squish them together real tight, and just shove this pine straw down inside the smoker here. Make sure it's good and tightly packed. Just whatever I may have that I gather up with it, whether it's sticks, leaves, it doesn't matter as long as it burns. And I found some pieces of wood chunks that fell down in there that I'm gonna throw down in there too. And yeah, so I do like to pack it up a little more. So I may try to go see if I can find some more pine straw. But that's basically it. And so when I light it, I'll just kind of pull out the wad and kind of put the lighter to it and shove it back down and give it some good puffs on the puffer. And just kind of get it going good and burning real good and stuff some more down on top of it. So that's what I do to smoke it. Just close her up. I'll try to remember to video that when I actually go to light this. So we'll see what happens. I hope you guys are seeing how busy they are. They were not this active earlier, so there was thunder going on. It looked like we was gonna get some rain. According to the video, not the video, but according to the radar, we were having a lot of rain possibly coming this way. Of course, I'm looking at the future cast as well, and that's not always a guarantee, as you guys probably have experienced that too. But the forecast for the whole weekend, all the way through, and possibly past Memorial Day, is rain, rain, rain. So we're going to see if I get to get into the hive today, tomorrow, or possibly on Memorial Day. It doesn't matter. We're going to get into this hive, and I'm going to look and do a quick inspection possibly and see how much room they're having. And man, they're bumping into me right now. So we'll see what happens. So as I'm waiting and watching the weather and everything to see if I'm gonna be able to get to, I just wanted to walk around here and just briefly talk a minute about uh, this pine tree. If you've watched the ending of some of my videos, uh, there is a hive right up there in this pine tree, and we've always had bees in this tree for years since I've lived here. And this past year, I was fortunate to see a new swarm move into it, and I'm going to do a video on that and talk a little bit about what little bit of history on this tree that I do know. And I hope you guys look forward to seeing that upcoming video eventually. But yeah, so I don't know if you can see any bee activity up there. I'm not seeing it right now because it's hard to see. They're on up there pretty high. But they did not survive the past winter that we had, and I was able to see a swarm move in. Now, that's part of why I have my swarm trap up there. If you hadn't seen that video, go check it out on uh, putting putting the frame up in there. I hope I'm capturing this. The sun's kind of popped out a little bit brighter. Uh, so I haven't really seen much activity up here on this trap, but I'm still hoping to catch me some free bees, and I'm hoping that they are going to come from the tree up there, if I've even got it in the screen or in the camera. So but yeah, look forward to that upcoming video. But that's just a quick update on the swarm trap. Another thing I wanted to just randomly talk about, doesn't really have nothing to do with the bees, but it has to do with my yard and what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get my yard cleaned up because it's a mess right now, because I've been trying to move this shed. I knocked an old dog yard and house down that was rotting away out behind the shed. So I've been busy doing that, and because of that, I've got junk scattered all over the yard that I've cleaned up a lot. But I want to move this shed. I think I can repair it. It's got holes in the roof, and that's my goal. I'm gonna put some more roofing material over it, try to reinforce it and everything, and try to move it to a different location. I'm gonna clean it up, paint it. That's my goal. So just a little side note of some other things I've been doing. And me and Michelle, my wife, we have a new pool this year that I also put up. So we're looking forward to enjoying it some this summer. And so far, the bees really haven't bothered us in it. They do come visit us. And so that's what I'm doing too, while I'm waiting on the weather to see if I'm going to be able to go in and look at these ladies here later this afternoon. I was a little bit concerned about these ladies earlier today, like right here. Well, you probably can't see it. Uh, I don't know if there's fighting going on. I've seen some other bees dragging off some what looks to be dead bees. Uh, this one still looks to be partially alive, but they all look like young bees. They're smaller. Still have a lot of the fuzz on them that I'm finding them drag out. So I've seen that happen, and in inspecting them, uh, it looks like their little tongue thing is hanging out of their mouth. And I've seen some other videos about how that could be a sign of poisoning, and I know it could indicate other things as well. But what we've had here in Mobile here lately is, over the last probably a week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe longer, but just I know this past week has been really bad with swarms of termites all around the neighborhood, all I mean just all around Mobile. It's even been in the news, the amount of swarming termites that we've and had to shut our lights off at night. They try to get in our people's houses and our home. And So I've been concerned about poisoning and pesticides that the neighbors may be using. I've seen pest control companies in the neighborhood in this week. And so that concerns me. It's just a new concern that I have that I've never thought about now that I have a hive of bees. And then these ladies are keeping me. I'm being bee kept. But I get concerned that they're getting in a lot of pesticides, but I'm liking this right here because I haven't seen this in the last 3 days. It almost seemed like they were declining in the amount of activity and that's going on at the entrance. But I figured it was because of the weather changes that we've been having, the approaching rain that was coming towards us. And then, of course, yesterday they didn't do a whole lot because of a rainy day. We had some flash flooding yesterday on Friday here in Mobile. We had a lot of rain in a short period of time. So I know those kind of things affect the ladies. That's why I wanted to get in and just make sure that they're still growing and increasing. And I don't know that they're actually getting into the honey super that I put on top. I just mainly did that to give them a little space and hope that they got up in there if they grew faster than I expected to be able to start growing and or building some wax up there for later use. I do not expect late in the season to get any kind of honey up there. I just was hoping they would start building it out. So I'm gonna look and see what they're doing. I have kind of peeked in the top to make sure there wasn't hardly any bees, maybe two or three up in that I could see in the honey super. So I really don't know what's going on underneath because I did put a queen excluder on there, and I know there's a debate about whether they're actually a queen excluder. Some people call it a honey excluder because they don't like to use them, but they're busy, and I'm happy to see that. All right, what I'm doing here is about to light my smoker. Again, my sound messed up on my microphone, so I'm just doing a voiceover here. So I'm pulling out the pine straw, the wad that I had stuffed in there earlier, and I'm just gonna take all that out and or at least half of it and light the bottom of it like this. You can see, and once I get that lit real good, just a second burning, it flames up real fast, and I shove it right back down in there. Give it a few puffs, and just let it start to burn a little bit, and puff it some more with the little puffer. And then I'm gonna close it down for a minute because it starts to flame up. Now I'm gonna grab some of that wet pine straw that I had found earlier, and I had put it away to let it dry a little bit. So it dried out a little. So I'm going to put that on the top and just shove it down in there tight on top of all that. And then I'm going to give it a couple more puffs. Trying to get it down in there. There's a piece that was giving me a hard time. And just make sure it's smoking good. And then close the lid back up. And give it a few more puffs. And that's how I do it. And then I'm just going to go over there once it's smoking real good. And I go over there and put it on top of the air conditioner. Okay, so now I'm just fixing to get in this hive. Just gonna look in there and see what's going on. As you can tell, I decided to go ahead and get in because even I looked at the radar and we were having some rain that was headed this way according to what the radar looked like. So I was getting concerned about these ladies because of I kept seeing them drag dead bees out. So I just wanted to go ahead and get in there and for my own ease of mind. So right now I'm taking some pictures with my phone, some up close of what it looks like down inside the honey super. There's no bees in there right now. As I expected, I didn't think they would be coming up in there because I have that queen excluder on there. Again, some people call it a honey excluder. They don't like to use them and they say it just discourages the bees to come up through there. But I'm going to try it because I don't want the queen to get up in there. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this box and set it to the side. And now I'm going to take the queen excluder off and we're going to look and see what it's in there. Now what I'm doing is taking pictures of the inside of the brood. I wanted you guys to kind of get a close up of what I'm looking down at. That wasn't the best picture. I'll have to work better on that. Angle was kind of bad so you couldn't really see it. Taking out those small hive beetle traps, looking in them, I didn't really see a lot more in it. Although as I was inspecting the hive, I did find some and took care of them. So I'm getting them out. All right, I'm just speeding this little section up right here until I get into the frames a little bit, and then I'll slow it down a little bit more. Now, as you can see, I'm pulling up a foundationless frame. They've got it about 75, well, I mean, maybe 60%, maybe 50% full as they're drawing comb. There was lots of nectar in this comb that they've drawn out on both sides. Still did not see the queen today, so I wasn't really looking real hard for her this time of day because I didn't know if the bottom was going to be dropping out soon or how fast that rain was coming. So I was just kind of in a hurry. As you can tell, I just knocked one of those small hive beetle traps onto the ground, fell upside down and spilled all the oil out of it. And I'm going to have to clean that up. This next frame that I'm fixing to pull out, I think it had some pretty good weight to it if I remember right. And these ladies have really done well at drawing out this comb since since they've been hatching out, all the brood's been hatching. Population has greatly increased. They've got some honey on top of it. A lot of brood and just nectar and bee bread, and they just doing really good. Since I did checkerboard those empty frames in between the ones they had already built out, it seemed like it really caused them to uh, decide to build up the comb a lot quicker. And again, if you remember, I did go back, if you didn't watch the last video, I did go back and take the sugar water out of there because it just seemed to be pouring in on them, or not on them yet. They didn't seem to be up there drinking it. So, but it was leaking out on the inner cover, and it was spreading out towards that little hole in the middle of the cover. So I wanted to just get that off of there before it did start dripping down on them. Now this next frame I'm about to pull out, I think it was a heavy frame. There was several heavy frames uh, that was full of not just bees but nectar and a lot of brood. So again, I wasn't really looking for the queen. I was in a hurry before any bad weather may have hit, and I do believe that one is probably a foundation frame, maybe a foundationless by the way I'm holding it. So yeah, I think that's a foundationless frame. So that's all wax and comb that they have built on it. No plastic foundation in there. That's just all honeybee wax. Now this frame here should have the plastic foundation in it. They've drawn it out really well. Looks like on one side especially, but they've really been working. I think that one had some larvae and eggs in it. No, it looks like it's brood. But I did come across a frame in there that had a lot of larvae that had not been capped yet, but there was also some frames of capped brood. There was one frame that had a lot of capped drone cells. So I don't know if they were uh, beginning to feel like they were out of space and about to start building a queen cell. I hope they're not getting ready to swarm. I don't think so. I did not see any queen cells drawn out or anything like that. So I think that's just what they do is just lay drone eggs as well. One of the things I was doing was looking down inside the the hive down on the floor of the hive to see if there was any dead bees or anything down there. So I was very pleased to see that there were not a lot of well, I didn't see any dead bees down there. So that was a good thing. Like I said, I was concerned about what may be going on inside this hive because we did have a lot of termite swarms in the neighborhood and out in the road, and it's just been bad here in Mobile. And so I know there's probably a lot of neighbors that have been spraying a lot of pesticides trying to get rid of them. I saw some pest control uh, professionals out in the neighborhood also, termite, control and all that. So I was just concerned about the poisons and stuff, and I didn't know what that would do to the bees. All right, frame here that I was just looking at, it was a foundationless frame, as you could tell in the video there in the close up. So it looked good. It had a lot of nectar, and I think it had some eggs and stuff in there too. Now this one's what looks like another foundationless frame. So when I checkerboarded, of course, I've already talked about that. I kind of got them mixed up again, but it didn't matter as long as there was some drawn out frames in between, and that could be one of them as well. So it was all in all looking good. I'm just, like I say, well pleased at the amount of bees that are on the frames, the amount of brood that I saw, and I'm seeing in all of the frames that I did pull out. So everything's looking really good here. And still, I halfway looked for the queen, but did not spot her. Now, one of the things I'm doing right here is I'm just kind of pushing the frames over to the other side. I was done looking at the frames. I'm not going to pull any more out. But what I want to do, and it may come back and bite me, but I don't think it will. But I'm going to take a honey super frame, and I am going to stick it down in between that space that I'm making right there, and hope that they kind of put some comb on that honey super, because I want them to get started to building comb on these frames. And so I know they're probably going to start to build some comb on the bottom of it, which that's okay. uh, I'll be careful with it, and I'll probably have to cut that off when I do go to put it in the honey super. So I'm going to stick that down in there and hope that they get to building frame, I mean comb on it. Now I'm also going to take that frame, which you'll see here coming up, that I pulled out, the deep brood frame that they had kind of started building some wax on there. I think there was still some bees that were on it when I sat it down on the, leaned it up against the side of the hive. So right now I'm just pushing all this closer together, and like I say, I'm going to take that deep frame. I'm going to take that honey super box and take those frames that are in that right now, and I'm going to put them into a deep brood box, so that that one uh, deep frame that I pulled out will fit in it, because it's not going to fit in that honey super. And I know I'm taking a chance when I do that, that they are going to probably, if they get up through the queen excluder, they're probably going to build some comb. But if you look right now, I'm putting the uh, small hive beetle trap back in. If you remember, I knocked that other one over on the ground, and it spilled all the vegetable oil out. So I'm gonna have to pick that up and clean it up. So now I'm about to grab that other box. So what my plans are is I'm gonna take that when I put the brood frame in, I'm going to swap the boxes and take all of those honey super frames, put it in the deep brood box, so that that one frame's going to fit. And so what I plan on doing is within a few days, I'm going to go back in when we get some good weather, and I'm going to take that frame, ever how much they built out, along with the bees, make sure the queen's not on it. I'm going to take it and put it back upstairs in the super box, the honey super box, and put the queen excluder back, and I'll probably swap it back over to the honey super box and get rid of that deep brood box, and that way it'll entice them to come up, I hope. and begin to build up in that box if they haven't already started doing it. Okay guys, I do appreciate you watching my video. I hope you have enjoyed it today. I had some problems with my microphone. Apparently it was not working, so the audio did not come out properly when I was actually in the hive and doing all that. So I'm probably just gonna put some bits and pieces of the hive, maybe do some voiceovers and talk about what I'm doing, and probably just do some speeding up stuff, even, you know, just to shorten up this video. Anyway, it's been kind of long today because I've been videoing little clips and pieces all day long. But thanks again for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe button, comment, let me know where you're from. Do you love bees? Do you have bees? Are you a seasoned beekeeper? And if so, if you have any advice for me, let me know. And I do appreciate those of you who have already subscribed to my channel, those that are continuously watching and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. I really do appreciate you. So you guys have a wonderful day, and remember that Jesus loves you, and you have a wonderful, blessed day.
Honeybee ladies flying high, working in the sunshine, dancing in the light, bringing home the pollen, bringing home the sweet, making that honey where the wildflowers meet. Honeybee ladies never wasting time, building up the future one cell at a time, raising up the babies, making heaven sing. Oh, those honeybee ladies doing their thing. They don't worry about tomorrow, they just fly where the flowers grow. Every day a brand new adventure in a